We are live now. It's happening for Manchester United. Everything is buzzing. We are all buzzing. Within the space of 24 hours, within the space of 24 hours, is looking good for Manchester United in the transfer window. It's actually looking good and nice for Manchester United in the transfer window because with the news of Eddie Howe leaving Newcastle and with the news of Rodri or Real Madrid going in for Rodri or negotiating with Manchester City for Rodri, I think Manchester United is actually about to get an 8/10 transfer window, if not 9 or even 10/10. Yes, this transfer window has been abysmal for Manchester United. But however, Manchester United being patient or keeping silent for over some weeks now might worth it if we go all in to Newcastle and Real Madrid. However, the reports out there have said that Fabrizio Romano have actually updated us that Eddie Howe has actually left Newcastle United. This might be a chaos. Newcastle United, forget about Bruno Guimaraes, forget about Sandro Tonali. There are still good players, fantastic players in that Newcastle United team that Manchester United can actually go and raid. Very easily, we can actually go into Newcastle and rampage. We just go in and rampage them. That is how we are supposed to be acting currently now with this news of Eddie Howe leaving Newcastle. I can name like 2 or 3 players we can go and get from Newcastle if we are ambitious enough. Luis Hall, Tao, and so many players there. So Manchester United, this is the opportunity, and we can actually come back from this hectic or chaotic transfer window we are actually having. But however, our Manchester United board, are we actually ambitious enough to go and pull this deal off? Can Manchester United actually make this deal happen? Can we turn this transfer window into a 10/10 or a 9/10 transfer window? So guys, what do you think about this news with Eddie Howe leaving Newcastle United? I think it's a great opportunity for Manchester United to actually go and get Luis Hall. Luis Hall is supposed to be the main target now because there's no way Manchester United should go in and tell Newcastle that we want Luis Hall. And Luis Hall, there's no way Luis Hall sees Manchester United coming for him that he's not actually going to push. He will definitely push for the move. And the reports have always said that he is open for a move. So this is the time for Manchester United to actually get moving. This is actually the time. All the time wasted for over some weeks now, it might worth it if we go and pull that Luis Hall deal. If we actually go and pull that deal, it might worth it. So that is the news about Newcastle, Eddie Howe, and Luis Hall. Getting to the next news is about Orion Tchouameni. Now, Fabrizio Romano told us earlier that Manchester City and Real Madrid are having talks already about Rodri. So if Rodri should actually sign for Real Madrid, I think Manchester United should go all in on Tchouameni. Yes, Manchester United should actually go all in on Tchouaméni if Real Madrid signs Rodri, because Tchouaméni is not the type of player that is actually going to be a bench player at Real Madrid. He will always want to play. And if Manchester United should go and tell Real Madrid we need or we want this player, I think Tchouaméni will be open. From the reports out there, he is going to be open to join Manchester United. And Tchouaméni joining Manchester United, automatically he's a starter. Nobody is going to bench him there. He's a starter. He's going to play. If Manchester United is actually going to play 60 games, Tchouaméni will play the whole 60. Else, if he's not injured, so he will play the whole 60 games. He's not the type of player that's actually going to accept to be on the bench at Real Madrid for Rodri. So this transfer window is actually looking good and smart and sweet for Manchester United. Only if, here, mark my words, only if we can be a little bit ambitious and go and spend the money. Luis Hall is there for a grab. Tchouaméni is there for a grab. So that is it for Aurélien Tchouaméni, Rodri, Real Madrid, and Manchester City. Moving on to Marcus Rashford. The reports out there have told us that Marcus Rashford is about to return to Manchester United. This Marcus Rashford news will actually go two ways. Coming back to Manchester United, it will go two ways. It will go on a right way, or it will turn to a disaster. Now, Manchester United Football Club is actually not stable as it stands now. Marcus Rashford coming back to Manchester United. I'm not against Marcus Rashford coming back to Manchester United. Do I want him to come back to Manchester United? No. For the good of Rashford, Manchester United, and the fans, Marcus Rashford should not come back to Manchester United. However, it's looking likely that he is going to come back. It's actually going to go into two ways. It will go well, or it will turn to chaos for Marcus Rashford, Manchester United, and the fans. Now, note that Marcus Rashford is on 350 grand a week. Coming back to Manchester United will force Michael Carrick to play him in every game. You cannot keep a 350 grand player on the bench. It's not possible. It's actually not possible. So it's either Marcus Rashford performs. The only way it will be a good idea is if Marcus Rashford performs week in, week out. That is when it's going to be a positive. However, or if it doesn't go like that, I think it will turn to a very bad chaos for Manchester United. And Michael Carrick's job might be on the line. There is no way Marcus Rashford comes back to Manchester United and he becomes a bench player, or he starts coming on from the bench. This guy is on 350 grand a week. So it will be very, very difficult for him to come in or to start coming as a bench player. That is not what Marcus Rashford would want. Marcus Rashford coming back to Manchester United will destruct whatever Manchester United is doing or is going to do next season. Michael Carrick have to play him if he comes back. Michael Carrick actually have to play Marcus Rashford if he comes back to Manchester United. So the best way to end all this Marcus Rashford saga is to look for a team, send him out on loan, Hence, nobody is willing to pay his salary. Send him out on loan. I don't think this Marcus Rashford return will work. Like I said, the only way it's going to work is if Rashford turns up week in, week out. That is the only way it's going to work. But however, can he do it? I don't think he can do it. But is Marcus Rashford a good player? Does Marcus Rashford still have something to prove? Yes, 100%. The only problem we are having now is we actually going to have about Marcus Rashford is the media. The media will not accept Rashford to sit on the bench. The media, when he plays well, they will hype him. The media, when Marcus Rashford plays bad, they will destroy him. Equivalent to Manchester United fans. So I don't think it's actually a very good idea for him to come back. But however, this is the news and this is the update there. Lewis Hall to Manchester United. Eddie Howe leaving Newcastle. Newcastle collapsing, and Tuemini looking likely to join Manchester United. This is the latest news about Manchester United. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are back. This is the United Agenda. Thank you. One love until we meet on the next one.